Good morning. In our first reading today from the prophet Hosea, we read these words: "Sow for yourselves justice, reap the fruit of piety." Wikipedia defines piety as a virtue that can mean religious devotion, spirituality, or a combination of both. A common element in most conceptions is humility. Merriam-Webster dictionary defines piety as the quality of being religious or reverent and the quality of being dutiful. Synonyms include devoutness, godliness, religiousness, and devotion. In a letter to Madame de Limonjon, Francis de Sales wrote, "I have said this to you in person, Madame, and now I write it. I don't want a devotion that is bizarre, confused, neurotic, strained, and sad, but rather a gentle, attractive, peaceful piety. In a word, a piety that is quite spontaneous and wins the love of God, first of all, and after that, the love of others." As Francis de Sales understood it, piety is less a function of how many prayers we say, how many spiritual exercises we perform, or how many hours we spend on our knees, although these things do have their place. No, piety is more about being devout, about being dutiful, that is, about honoring what is due to God and honoring what is due to our neighbor. In other words, piety is about justice. Piety is about doing what is right. In his treatise on the love of God, Francis observed, "Of all virtues, or virtuous actions, we ought most carefully practice those of religion and reverence for divine things. Such are the acts of faith, hope, and holy fear of God. We must often speak of heavenly things, think of eternity and sigh for it, frequent churches and sacred services, read devout books and observe the ceremonies of the Christian religion, provided, of course, that all these nourish sacred love. Today, do you want to reap the fruit of piety? Then sow justice for God and sow justice for others."